Let's talk right now about what on earth went on at the Home Affairs Select Committee yesterday when the Chief Constable of West Midlands Police, Craig Guildford, and other senior figures in the police were asked questions about the decision to basically ban fans from Maccabi Tel Aviv from joining fans in Aston Villa at a match in the city in early November. The police, it turns out, not only just made up what had happened at a match in Amsterdam some months earlier. They also cited events at an entirely fictitious football match involving another team, West Ham, that had never actually taken place. Well, let's talk about this with Yosef Xhadad. He's a Maccabi Tel Aviv fan. He's also an Arab-Israeli journalist. A very good morning to you.
Good morning, Julia. Thanks for having me.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. I mean, this, more and more is emerging about the decision. Many people, including me, outraged at the decision to ban the Maccabi fans in the first place, the argument being that they'd been causing trouble. Now, you and I both know, anyone who follows football knows that actually there is a bit of a reputation for that team, a hardcore element, as with many other teams around the world where there are some fans who do cause trouble. However, the reason basically given by the police, by the council, was the trouble in Amsterdam at a previous match, when Amsterdam police have since said, no, what you said, them causing trouble, is simply not true and is not what the court records show, or indeed what we told you. So they pretty much made that up, didn't they?
Absolutely. But let's talk about the evidence and the truth here. And the facts. Very simple. If without the approach of the MP Ayub Khan to the police,
just to clarify, he's one of those independent MPs, basically an MP for Gaza. And he approached the police and said they should be allowed.
And I'm not ashamed to say, I'm not ashamed also to say where he comes from. He is a Pakistani, British extremist, Islamist, who actually have a problem with Israel and is an anti-Semite. If people want to be politically correct about it, go ahead. I'm not going to be politically correct about it. I'm going to say it as it is and how I see it.
I have to say, for legal reasons, he's not here to defend himself. So,
well, you know what? Maybe you should next time put him in front of me so I can actually smack some sense into him and facts, basically facts. But in that matter, this is what I think of him. That is my thought of him, and I will not change it. And if he wouldn't be approaching the police, none of it even would happen. The police wouldn't even care about it because none of the evidence before that suggested that Maccabi Tel Aviv fans are a problem. Okay, and further than that, as we see in the report, they spoke about West Ham United, never happened. They spoke about the fact that vaguely saying people were thrown into the river. Oh yeah, it was Maccabi Tel Aviv fans thrown into the river by a Moroccan immigrant extremist who flooded the streets of Amsterdam. Yeah. And further than that, if we want to look at the action of what happened in the match, Julia, you know that the average arrest in an English football match is about 4 people arrested in it with an away fans. Yeah. The average arrest in that match without an away fan was over 10, 11 people. So that itself says who was the problem. Now, let's just address the Chief Constable of West Midland Police. I have to be also here quite clear about it. He's a liar. He lied. He lied in that testimony. He lied by putting that report. He and his officers needs to resign, quit, and goodbye, because they simply admitted we could not keep the safety of Aston Villa fans and Maccabi Tel Aviv fans. So our choice was to lie and to ban Maccabi Tel Aviv fans.
Yeah. Oh, and there have been many people who have made the same point, that it is untenable for him to continue, and that the threat did not come from the away fans. The threat came from Islamist extremists in Birmingham. Some may or may not have been Aston Villa fans or not. But Lord Austin, who has been very outspoken on anti-Semitism in this country, and he's been very clear. He talked about the Chief Constable making the shameful decision after gathering what he called dubious intelligence from unnamed, unaccountable Dutch sources, meeting an anti-Israeli independent MP and having used an AI social media scraping tool that generated, he said, entirely fabricated information about a previous Maccabi match that never actually happened. And he says, what does that say about the state of policing in Birmingham today? That they are open to political influence and are unable to adequately review and evaluate the quality of evidence. That's terrifying just for anyone in Birmingham or travels to Birmingham, let alone just this match. But what should the outcome be? This Chief Constable has to go, in your view?
Yeah, absolutely. This is the evidence to the fact that he's saying I cannot vouch for the safety of the away fans, but also I cannot vouch for the safety of the local fans. Look, I was in Aston Villa. I was in Villa Park. I went there on the 6th of November. And not only I went there, I saw in my own eyes, so no one can lie to me, okay? So basically what happened is that Aston Villa fans were absolutely amazing. And I managed even to go inside the stadium. I watched the game, and at some point, someone recognized me. Someone who's not even an Aston Villa fan recognized me and asked the police to kick me out. It was Aston Villa fans who insisted on keeping me in the stadium.
Very interesting.
Okay? So that is the fact.
It was Islamist troublemakers who were the problem, anti-Israel, anti-Semitic, rather that, and basically the police played along because they're not willing to stand up to them. And once again, as we see the marches, pro-Palestinian marches in London, it is ordinary, Jews and other ordinary people who basically are told you're going to be the problem and we're going to deal with you rather than those who are basically causing the problem. Joseph Hadid, Maccabi Tel Aviv fan, Arab Israeli journalist. Thank you very much. I know Benedict Spence, big football fan. I know he's got strong views on this. We're going to bring his thoughts into my next conversation.